from Life in Layouts, and today I am using the September 2016 page maps to create this double page layout. I am back with Sleigh and Snow and Cocoa, and I am not doing a snow page today. Today I thought that I would use these big pink polka dots because I thought they were perfect for the pictures that I'm going to scrap. I first started out with a little bit of mixed media, only because we are doing a painting with a twist in these photos, so I thought it would be cool to have some type of paint looking splatters on the background of this paper. And if you follow my channel at all, you'll know that I'm not very good at splattering or mixed media or anything like that, but I really did like the way that this turned out, and it's not a lot showing, so it worked out. I did cut out the pink that I put in there in the middle because I didn't like it, and I ended up covering it up anyway, so I was like, no reason to have you guys watch that. You can tell that I didn't put anything on the paper to protect it, so it did warp a little bit. So let me tell you a little bit about the photos. Kevin and I went to a painting with the twist in 2017, so these were photos that I just wanted to get documented, and it actually struggled a lot with it because I probably would have done something a little different if we were still in a relationship. There were a couple of times where I went to add hearts to the page and realized that that's not something that I wanted on my page, so I did it a little bit differently. So it is what it is. It's documented, and that's what I wanted, to have these photos documented, because it was a fun night that we went. It was just different feelings now that it's a couple years later. I am following the sketch pretty closely in the sense of adding this plaid paper to behind the polka dots. And I actually ended up flipping this sketch. So you could tell that the sketch calls for the two 4x6 photos to be on the left-hand side, but the 4x6 photos that I had were of our finished project, and I wanted those on the right-hand side of the paper. Now you can see that why that big pink polka dotted paper worked really well. This was a Friday the 13th painting with the twist, so we made this kind of eerie scene of the big pink moon and the black skyline in the background. It was a really cool painting, and I really liked it. I used the snowman paper to mount the three photos on the left hand side, which was two 3x4s and a 4x6. And it's actually kind of funny because if you look really, really closely, in between the two photos of us painting, the 3x4 photos, a little snowman's eye and nose is peeking out. And I think that I notice it because I know what the paper is in the background. I don't think anybody else would notice it, but I think it's kind of cute. It's kind of like he's looking through the pictures, trying to see what we're doing. I didn't have a lot of that teal paper left, so I went ahead and cut it into very small pieces so that it spans across the layout, but it really just tucks behind each one of the photos. On the upper left-hand side, I added a half paper doily, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to have a embellishment cluster there, and then I'm also going to have an embellishment cluster here on the right hand side where I just put that pink arrow paper pointing up. That sticker says I give this a 5 stars, and this is where I decided to go ahead and put stars on the layout instead of hearts. Like I said before, I would have put hearts, but now it's a little different. I added that teal tag, that is from Ellie Studio, and I really think that those colors match really well with this Snow and Cocoa kit. Again, adding a few stars to the left-hand side, and then that little circle there, I'm going to put the date on later on. I do have these silver star brads, so I go ahead and add 2 of those to the layout. And I really only have 2 clusters in this. I will have a third. It's not really a cluster, but it's the title. It's going to be in the far left-hand side, so it kind of makes a visual triangle with the title and then these 2 clusters. I used these chipboard pieces, and they have like a flock top to them. They're really cool looking, and they feel really cool as well. And I thought that it was just a fun way to put in the Friday the 13th date. And I really left that as my title. I, again, would have put a lot more things on it had the circumstances been different, but the page is documented. I'm going to add a little bit of journaling up here to the top left that says, I love painting with a twist. When I found this spooky painting, I just had to do it. And Kevin had to add a TARDIS to his sky. He's a big Doctor Who fan, and so he added a little tiny TARDIS up there in his tree sky area. So I do add some more misting to the white paper just to kind of bring in the mixed media in the back. And then that is it for this layout. This one was a quick one, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here is a close-ups and my final layout. If you did enjoy this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layouts, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because that's all you're going to get on my channel. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.